this is Judy Fleming, the host today, along with my committee. You can see their name there, committee. We want to thank you and honor all of you for taking your Saturday morning to join us. For those who are here, welcome. And I want to also just have some rules. We're going to mute everybody because Bernard has a lot to share. And I want to let him just go through his flow. And we will ask questions later on at the end. If you have any question, just type on the chat group. And, the committee, our committee will ask the question for you. We have a couple of Zoom rules for clapping because we can't say anything. We just wave our hand when we clap and really look down at the reaction bar. Feel free to put your thumbs up, be proactive and have a shocking wow if you think it's incredible, or have a hand clapping, or if you love Bernard, wow, give him a heart, So can we be more interactive in the emoji? I learned about this and so I like using it. So I'm called Miss Emoji by a lot of friends. So I want to thank Bernard this morning also for joining us. He's very busy. And he's just run a marathon, No.
I only ran 15K in the trails.
Yeah, only 15K, play with his children, wake up, do a lot of things already. So he has a lot of really good habit, a successful man, a very good friend that he introduced me the business. I want to thank Bernard for joining us. We go back a long way. So it's really nice for him to be here. Can I allow me to share a few slides? Catherine, can I trouble you to do the admit for me? Remember this one?
I was wearing that singlet today for the run.
Charlene, very good. Make this. This is made by our very creative Charlene. Yeah. So remember, Bernard, this was how we started.
Yeah. I was more voluminous.
I'm still sitting on the same dining table. Nice. I remember you say, hey, I'll make white light. Then you say, got fan or not? I said, okay, make sure you got fan because you sweat a lot, right? Yeah. So this was how we started. This sofa, I bought it extra, because initially only 2 or 4 people, right? Then after that, got 6, 7, so excited, right? After it got to 10, wow, we're very happy, yeah? So this is how we started. Then you can see Bernard and his children also added. I remember Daniel was a baby that I come to your house and collect water, right? And this is where we are today. Isn't it very nice? I know you're very happy, Bernard, for me when I collected my 50,000, right?
Yeah. Can I hold you there? I'm very happy when I collected the 100,000, but I'm happier when you are collected the 50K. When someone that I influence and help a little to be successful, that is actually more exciting to me. Yeah. Over to you, Judy.
I know that. I remember you come and give me a big hug and you say, Judy, this is what it's all about. Because I remember you told me, hey, do 10 unit. I was like, I look at you, I smile, but in my mind, I think, this one. 5,006, no office, don't know what is this, no nothing, asked me to sell 10 unit. Now I was thinking like that, so funny at that time, right? And this was our journey then. We have a full room full in our training. Remember, we're always there. And just share a little bit of a journey. It's really nice that we get to really go through the hard times, sometimes screaming, shouting at each other time. And then we play together and we also learn together. To Eric Worre, again, another good program that you, tell me earlier on, and I got my team, and really is October now. Everybody get ready. I think there's still some ticket, very good price ticket around. Grab it and get on it. Okay, and then we're going to do our all-out massive action. And this was when Romy was here. It was so fun, right? Remember, Bernard? That was a fun time. Always traveling together. So this is our Enagic journey. I just want to share a little bit so that some of you know who I am, where we come from. It's not just smooth riding. We also, like, if you are new or a guest here, we don't know what we are doing and we just go with it because the water proves it, right? And the company, it shows the product is so good and the business plan is even more incredible now. So this is just some of my sharing while waiting for some more people to come in. So it's a small group today. So without further ado, did I miss anything?
It's so exciting. I mean, it's not a perfect journey, but it's exciting. That's my point.
I'm going to Shirlene Sinjo, the committee member, Winston, Ellen Chi, Alice, and Catherine will be helping along if I miss anything. So it's really good to have the team support here watching. I'm not one of the best hosts, but they are here, so I feel more comforted. So without further ado, can we put our hand, the emoji for Bernard Chan?
Hi, everyone. Hi. Thank you for the warm welcome and the warm words, Judy. And I like this to be as interactive. So wherever possible, if you are close, if you have clothes on, I'd like to request if you can turn on the videos. And if you are shy, hey, it's okay. And it is good to see my Ahia down here, Sam. Yeah. Now, okay, what has happened? Okay, the Energic business, a bit about my journey. I have been in, I just crossed the product usage 11 years. Okay, I ordered the product on the 10th of October, 2010. So, accidentally, it's a fairly nice number. It's 10, 10, 10. Whether it's the US style of October 10th or Singapore style of 10th of October, no difference. 10, 10, 10. Guys, 200 plus thousand units later, the start was a 10, 10, 10. But I didn't do the business. Yours truly here, not smart enough to see the business. Okay, and then if you guys agree with me with the following point I'm about to make, type 1 now, which is the water has a very loud voice. Kangen water speaks very loudly. So it spoke so loudly to me. If you agree that the Kangen water has a very loud voice, type 1, please. Yeah, there you go. It's such a loud voice. It's got a speakerphone, we know that. Yeah. Now, because of that, it compelled me to look at the business. So the foundation of this business is a product that works phenomenally. Okay, to the best of my knowledge, no health-related product works better than Kangen water. Partially because it covers about 70% of our body. Now, any other good product out there is part of the 30%. It may be better than Kangen, but times part of the 30%. It may be better than Kangen, but when it's something that multiplied by the 70% of your body, it goes a long way. That's the reason. Now, in those of you who are in countries where you cannot drink tap water, it's not safe enough, then your country will have a lot of water system. Yeah, like Malaysia, everybody has some water system. Everywhere I go, I say your water system, whatever brand, was their effectiveness not for cleansing, but for therapeutic difference. Frankly, some of us who's been in the business for 8 years, 9 years, 10 years, and Kuniko-san who's been longer and all that, it is almost none. I haven't found one. Guys, think about that point. We are on a 70% of every single human being, and we have a product that is not a bit effective, very effective, versus none out there. If we are not making $500,000 US per year, can I humbly say that we are doing it wrongly or we are not working hard enough? Just based on that point. Yeah, thank you for the thumbs up, Ellen, and the nodding, Catherine. I mean, you really slow down a bit now and just think on that point. So when the water spoke very loudly to me, as it has with you guys, what I did was I explored the business by letting, you see, mine was one of the few, possibly my circle's only one, because there was no Energic Singapore. So, but the difference is when we buy a Kangen machine, we own a Kangen water factory where the raw ingredient is unlimited. That's why I was able to give a lot of people to try to get the conviction to know whether it is a good business or not. Okay, unlike supplement business or skincare, you cannot give too many samples. Gosh, second point. Okay, so I realized that, and having some experience in network marketing, I knew I had to go into all-out massive action. So it took me, my machine came, I think, 3 days after I placed the order. So the 13th of October, 2010. And I didn't want to do the business until I was convinced that this is a doable business based on the product efficacy. Although the office support was from Hong Kong. And it was in mid-February that I started the business. So it took me four months plus to come to the point with many strangers coming to my place to try the water and so on, blah, 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 until I realized that my name, if I do this business, will not be tarnished. That's very important because the good book says a good name is treasured more than silver and gold. So I tested for 4.5 months and I went all out massive action in mid-February. Okay, you guys know that after that, because of the all out massive action, because of downlines like Judy, etc., I qualified 6A in 73 days, blah, 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 and all that. Okay, so I've already given some key points, which I've repeated and said it many times. If this product is so good and we are not earning insane amount of money, I humbly submit that we are doing it wrongly, not working hard enough, or both. It can only be these two or combination of these two, because people are still succeeding today. Yeah, okay. So I'd like to mention a few trends. When I first joined, the company was languishing at 4,000 plus units a month. We don't talk about special months where there's special contests, and there was one month the company did Speedy 2A 33,000, and no. Those are shot in the arm. Frankly, I don't like sales campaign because it disrupts my long-term planning for the business. But anyway, so it was languishing at 4,000 plus in February 2011 for a few years. It could never break through 5,000. Listen, in spite of the weaknesses of the company, listen, every company has weaknesses. The strength of the company, I don't know when it broke through past 5,000 and shot to 7,000, 8,000, and it remained there. And then at 8,000, it shot past, it stayed at 8,000 units a month for quite a while. Then it shot past 10,000 and shot immediately to 12,000 and it harbored at 13,000, and so on. And then what expedited the volumes today to go past 15,000 units a month, I feel, is the coronavirus situation. I'll elaborate a bit later. Some are suffering, some are flourishing during this season. Case in point, the volumes have grown. So listen, if you say coronavirus, hard to meet people, hard to do, you are correct. For you. Hard to do, you are correct. For you. If you say, wow, meetings are available in my living room today because of coronavirus, Zoom, boom. Actually, I was quite foolish. I should have bought Zoom shares. Yeah, it kind of no-brainer, right? But anyway, the Zoom, because of Zoom phenomenon, the evidence is in the numbers, right? The numbers are growing. So suddenly, one of the key points is meetings are no more confined to geographical limitations. Good meetings are all over. Look, all over, all the way from US, Kuniko-san joining us. I think that's that is case in point. Yeah. Now, so far I had one training meeting this month with my Cambodia team. Another Cambodia team was asking me, but I don't have the time this month. So that will be beginning of next month. Then, where else am I speaking? I think 31st, I will be speaking to one of my Philippine teams. That's a Zoom phenomenon. So if you see that this is the chance to grow the business and good opportunity, you are right for you. So it's about the framing of the potential. Does it make sense? Does it make sense? The bottom line is the company was at 12,000-13,000 before COVID, and today is 15,000 to 17,000 plus. Hello? That means it's growing. Then a distributor that I respect a lot. Okay, many of us considers him a deity in in the energic world. His name is Daniel Dimokali. Yeah, I mean, I just love that guy. Don't you guys love the value that he carries as a human being? Yeah. Daniel, when I stayed at the guest house in LA, my immediate upline Cynthia organized a party, and Daniel came. I think it was in 2018 December. What was I in USA for? Oh, for network marketing industry event. Then after that, I went to run in the Hawaii marathon, and I met up with Daniel, and Daniel said this, Bernard, the American pronunciation of my name. He said, listen, in spite of the shortcomings of Energic, he didn't word it that way. He said, the company volumes just goes like that. And then it goes like that, in spite of some of our complaints. Kuniko-san, you've been in the business longer than me. The company has some glaring mistakes, and so on, but it keeps going up. It keeps going up, and it stabilizes. Guys, if that is not a trend of what's to come in the future before it hits 20,000, 25,000, I don't know. Guys, in spite of the company's shortcomings, because the company's strengths are enough to get it going forward based on past record. Okay, I'm not going to guarantee you future is going to be what kind of numbers. Yeah, but past record and past trends for my last 10 years, it's going to go up. Okay, so with that in mind, number one, Energic numbers are going up. Number two, in the space of a 70% of every human being, water. It seems that Energic is not only having a little bit therapeutic difference, it's huge versus the rest of 70% water, nothing. So just based on these two alone, we should be millionaires. Huh? And if we are not, can I humbly suggest we are not working hard enough or doing it wrongly? Yeah. I mean, you tell me, what else can it be? Numbers are going up. Okay, next. Why during COVID, some sales up, some groups, the sales have shrunk, and some groups, the sales have increased and exploded? Can I humbly suggest something? Now, would you all agree that certain sectors and certain economies have been wiped out because of COVID? Yeah? But certain sectors, like suddenly there's a new billionaire in Singapore. Who is he? Oh, he does vaccines for COVID. So we have to be in the right industry, but money is still flowing. So who are the ones in Energic, in my opinion, generally strong? Now, the market today pulling back in terms of expenditure because their future is not so certain. Agree? As a result, if you are looking for sick people to sell machine to, then my guess is your group has shrunk. But what has happened during COVID? many people see the instability of their iron rice bowl. Example, Singapore Airlines flight stewards and stewardess. It's so changed overnight. Cruise line is changed overnight. Therefore, more people today are open to second income. Now, from my observation, those who has been selling the business side of Energic, or the freedom side of Energic, or the whole package of True Health instead of One Health, that team is growing very well because they are seeking for people who are open for second income. So one is seeking for people who are, example, I prospect Winston Lake, and Winston is looking for someone like me. Am I selling him anything, or am I showing him how we can work together for a solution? Versus, I look for Sam Lim. Hey, Sam, you want to feel more energy? You want to this, that, health and all that. I'm trying to sell him something, and I'm trying to tell him, come and impart money, pay money. Whereas Winston, come and make money together with me. More people are looking for money now. And I noticed, because my team is fairly global, I noticed one of my downlines in India, when there were 4,000 attendees, I think about 4 or 5, I don't know, 4,000 attendees. He asked 3 categories of people. He said, category 1, at the point of purchase of the machine, you guys purchase mainly for health, only for health. Those of you only for health, please put your hands or stand up. A minority stood up. Category B, you purchase with the intent to recommend a few, maybe to get your product free. A few stood up. Category C, you purchase hoping the product works. You want to do the business, mainly. 3,000 people stood up. Granted, the people that attended are business builders. So maybe we are looking at the wrong place if we are not having explosive growth. With a product that is amazing, I don't need to establish there. With the trends that are happening, especially very evident in numbers. Numbers don't lie, yeah? So again, humbly, I suggest maybe we are looking at the wrong place. Now, so those whose team has grown, it's kind of obvious their angle. Okay, so I like to, who's heard of these 2 brothers called Maurice and Richard? Ellen cannot say, okay, Judy also cannot say. Maurice and Richard, they started a restaurant called Speedy. They expedited the system for selling fast food, Speedy. And nobody knows who they are. Why? They were selling hamburgers and French fries. It's called McDonald's. They sold French fries, and nobody knows the founder, hardly. Then one guy came, hey, they optimized their system, but they were still selling French fries. One guy came along called Ray Crocs. He sold franchise. Are you in Energic selling French fries or selling franchise? They sound almost the same, but it's totally different. Let's look at the top earners in Energic. Some of the top earners, Cynthia Briganti. Can you imagine her doing demo? I'm not against demo. Can you imagine Romy Verdera doing mainly demo? Initially, we have to do the demo, but we need to be more prolific. In our ultimate game is to sell the franchise, not the French fries. Understand? Imagine, I use McDonald's as an example. Oh, Charles, did you know McDonald's French fries, it uses 3 different types of vegetable oil. By the way, I won't eat because of the 3 vegetable oils. Yeah, any vegetable oil that's heated up is harmful, but that's a separate Did you know, because it's got safflower oil and I can't remember the other two. I researched for the sake of today's meeting. Don't need to know all those details. Just eat the thing, quote unquote, you know. Did you know McDonald's French fries is not vegan friendly? It puts an extract, a beef extract, into the French fries for flavoring. But do we really need to know all that? McDonald's doesn't put on a McDonald's restaurant all that, right? So why are we doing that when the general certificate speaks volumes? And off the record, maybe 1 or 2 mild testimonials to validate the certificates. Understand what I'm saying? Nothing wrong with talking about the product a bit, but don't be an expert. Don't be a Professor Kangen. Don't be an expert on what ingredient in the French fries. Be an expert in franchising. Are you getting value here? If you're getting value, please type 2. Please type 2. Okay, now I'm going to be, thank you. Listen, when is the worst time to quit the Energic business? When you are a 6A with 6 points per sale or 8 points per sale because of double account. Agree everyone? Quite ridiculous to give up when a K8 is $3,000, right? But do we see people giving up at that point? Do we? Why? Okay, listen. One of the most precious commodity when you do the Energic business is your limited pool of contacts that you have. Do you guys agree that generally I get to know new people very easily? I'm a bit of an outlier in the area. I get to know new people, strangers, easier than most people. Agree? Listen, if my initial bunch of my contacts become customers but never do the business, and that bunch finish, the rate of me knowing new friends and contacts to do the business won't sustain me, even me. So, because the pool of natural contacts, as many of them are being converted to customers, if we do it wrongly, selling French fries only and complicating, many of them consciously or subconsciously do not want to do the business. And when that pool is finished and none of them are doing the business, that's when people like that will quit. So with fear and trembling, that existing pool is not just to make money by making sale. Some of them, we need to enhance the chance of whatever contact that we are prospecting to come in to do the business. Because that pool is limited, ladies and gentlemen, that pool is limited unless you are a social media influencer. Are you? Unless you are internet marketer expert. Are you? If you are not, if it's so easy to sell things on the internet and system and all that, 20% of us will be doing it already, seeing the success of some of the teams out there. But the point is, it's not. I spent $200,000 and failed at it. Okay, so the existing pool, very important. I would rather you increase the chance of your prospects seeing the business at the risk of decreasing the chance of that prospect buying the machine. I'd rather you err on that. Sarah, come and say hello.
Hi.
Okay, go ahead. Okay, so I would rather you decrease. Of course, that is not the ideal, but if you have to err on the side of not moving that machine as a customer sale, but increasing the chance of every prospect seeing the beauty of the business. Understand? Yeah, let me elaborate. If along the way, I'm going to go Judy's place to prospect her, I may bring water. But by and large, I will not deliver water. When I deliver water, what am I telling Judy? Words-wise, good business. Action-wise is a terrible business. Need to deliver. I become a delivery boy. Action speaks louder than words. Okay. Talk to your uplines the degree of what I'm saying. Now, here's the problem. Some of you guys have been in the business long enough. Here's the problem. Don't need to listen to Judy telling me all this. Don't need to listen to Bernard. Sustainable. Don't need. Why? Because if I do it wrongly, the 8-point pays very well. Because the 8-point pays very well, I'm still, my pool of contacts I'm still prospecting them. It pays me very well. Maybe some of them refer 3 customers and all that, but end up many of them don't do the business. But because we are being paid well in the 8-point, I am not teachable because it's working. No, it's not working on a sustained basis. So ideally, okay, example, every month, what I earn, I would say 99%, 98% comes from outside of my 8-point. Now, those of you who's been doing the business long enough, can I humbly ask you to analyze your business this way? Okay, at least 5 years in the business, what you earn every month, take away what you get from your 8-point, what is left over is the real worth of what you have developed in the Kangen business. Now, if that amount is not big, then you do not have true freedom. And this is after 5 years with fantastic product, with fantastic comp plan, but lack of clarity of the business. Now, if you are getting good value out of what I'm saying, type 3, please. I like to see feedback, and I humanly also like to be encouraged. Thank you so much. Okay, so the 8-point blinds us from sustainable business if we see it wrongly. Number 2, the power of the product blinds us from seeing. We become emotionally attached to the power of the product and not think objectively that the product is just the burger to the franchise, to the business. It is one heck of a good burger. Maybe McDonald's with being nutritional disaster, maybe that is their secret. The product is not that good. Maybe there's a secret. People don't get excited and go into details of what oil and blah, 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 blah. Maybe. So sustainable business is to keep it simple. Listen, keeping it simple. There's one guy called Isaacson. He's famous for writing people's biography. And I think he wrote about Steve Jobs. And in there, Steve Jobs says, deceptively simple. One of my downlines in Malaysia, he likes to say 6A2 per unit is 100 ringgit. He doesn't say monthly how much, quarterly how much. It's actually 111, but he makes it into 100 ringgit. Easy, deceptively simple. Okay, that is general presentation. Training is different. You have to go into details. But when it's simple, greater chance of duplication, greater chance of a person seeing the potential of the business. Because less expertise. When duplication can happen, scalability can happen, unlimited income after that. But all these the foundation must be laid like that. Understand what I'm saying? Yeah. Okay. So I like to, so the worst time to give up the business is a 6A, 6 points, 8 points, 5 points, but yet people give up. Why? It's very evident now. No more context. Yeah. Okay. Now I like to hang on. Judy, I need to go for toilet break. Can you take 2 minutes or whatever? Maybe ask Q&A, whatever.
Sure.
Yeah, thank you.
Want to bring us to toilet, huh? Okay. Indri, yes, sorry, you have something to ask. Yeah, you can unmute yourself. You can't unmute yourself? Try again.
Yes, now I can. Yeah, Judy, the last 3 points that Bernard was mentioning, I didn't catch up. The first is keeping it simple, deceptively simple. And then, duplication. And another one is, what is it?
Keep it, but he also mentioned that don't let the power of the product blinds you for the business.
Yeah, that one. Okay. Oh,
So,
yeah. Sip.
This part is very important. If you actually catch selling French fries and franchise. So a lot of people always ask about, like, hey, where's the cert? Where's the proof? I need the proof, can this be used? Where is the research paper here and there? It's all good because we already have focus on what we have, what Bernard is saying, all the cert that Enagic have. If you honor the cert like, wow, they are real deal, your prospect will also follow that. And one thing I also find it very puzzle, why people who are 6A, 70 unit, 80 unit, 90 unit, or 6A already, they stop saying that it's hard to make the money. If you become a 6A, you already would have made no matter how 50,000, if not 80,000, right? How can putting 5,000 in, even if you buy a spa, 3,000 in, your return is even 30,000. Even if you take 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, that is incredible return of investment. Would you agree? Anybody agree here? Right? So why would anybody still go out and say that, hey, Enagic, no money to be made? And worse, the people who are in the business agree and follow them. Why? So like what Bernard say, what you say could be true because you want it. Whatever you say that the business is bad is true for you. It's tough, it's true for you. The guy who say, hey, business is very good on our side. Wow, business is getting better. That is also true for us. But which truth do you want to be on? You have to choose, right? Okay, Bernard is back. Back to you, Bernard.
Thank you. Okay, so I've given a lot of thought. I see trends because my team is global, right? So I tend to, it's growing. Okay, now, so it's so important for you guys, for us, for me. It's all about the framing. Oh, it's difficult to do. Correct. For you. This is my latest tagline. I find it quite cute. Okay, now let's talk about trends. Okay, I already painted some trends. One trend is within the Enagic world, numbers are going up. Yeah. Now, can you remember the very first few phones that you could use it to crack when you eat crabs, you can use it to crack the crabs. It's called the Motorola. Can you remember? Locally, we call it Tai Ko Tai lah. Yeah. Now, remember those days that wow, the cost of making a phone call was really expensive, and it was confined to the rich people only. I think perhaps $5,000-8,000 one phone. Yeah. Now, but look at the trends. Okay, before then, I like to talk about trends and disruption. Do you know, in year 2000, I think IBM, I can't remember which supercomputer, the power of the computer was 1 teraflop. $50 million for 1 teraflop. Do you know the iPhone 10 has 6 teraflops? If you take the iPhone 10, bring back to year 2000, it is worth $300 million. No? It's called disruption, ladies and gentlemen. Do you know Enagic is how disruption proof? I prove to you later. So I'm trying to paint trends, and I implore you, don't give up this chance. that Energic, in spite of certain industries that are just being wiped out, Energic is so disruption proof, no? For how long, don't know. But please take this chance to sacrifice TV time, Netflix time, or whatever, okay? Now, so remember the days that Motorola phones went on to Microtech, the flip one, you know? And then Ericsson came about. Then Ericsson changed to Sony Ericsson. It was a merger. Then eventually it was Nokia. You know, Nokia was the dominant face of handphones, right? Okay, now listen to this. Listen to this. Disruption doesn't happen linearly. Who's heard of this phrase called the S-curve adoption? Okay, S-curve adoption. Okay, let me tell you some numbers I dug out. In 2007, Nokia cornered 49.4% of global market of any mobile related. Would you say 49.5, about 50% is incredible? Incredible, right? Guess what happened in 2007? There was this gentleman that went on stage to launch iPhone 1, 2007. Did Nokia sales drop drastically the next year? No. S-curve adoption of iPhone. Beginning very deceiving, can't tell. Nokia went to 2008 went to 43.7%. Okay, from 49.4 to 43.7. 09, 41.1 is still very good. Maybe Nokia still relaxed at 40%. 2010, 34.2 S-curve adoption starts happening. Let's jump. 2013, 3 years later, 3.2%. It's called S-curve adoption. I'm trying to paint some trends, which I'll come back to Energic later. Now, I like to show some pictures now. Let me see how I can screen share. I disabled it. Can I screen share? Yeah, I cannot.
Let me just check. Just now I enabled you. Okay, done. Sorry.
Thank you. Okay, screen share. Can you see this? Can you see this? Can someone answer, please? Hello?
Yes.
Okay. This was on Easter 1900 along 5th Avenue, New York. And all these carriages are driven by horses. The one circle is only one car. One car. Okay. Now, let me see whether I can. 13 years later, only 13 years. Can you see my cursor? This is the only carriage driven by a horse. 13 years, ladies and gentlemen. Let's look at another street in the same year. Only one horse. Only one horse, ladies and gentlemen. Adoption happens very fast. Is there adoption for Energic? I will paint my view later to you guys. Okay. Now, today, Nokia is but a old brand, you know. Now, there are many other trends. Okay, but in the end, do you know that 13 years, what did they do with the many horses? The horses were eaten up as meat. You can go and search on the history. Eaten up as meat. You know, today, if I have the old Motorola phone, today, guess what? I'll keep it as an antique to sell later. Yeah, antique, you know. And how long ago was that only? S-curve adoption. Okay, so now, listen to what. Okay, now I like to have you guys participate. Now, I mentioned one or two trends where we can capitalize on. Now, Singapore is considered a young but the rate of growth advanced country. And in its advancedness, I ask you guys to search principal causes of death in Singapore. Ellen, you're probably familiar because you were related to it's about 27% of every 100 person that dies, about 27 dies from heart related, 27 die from cancer. That's 55 people will die from either of these two, from 100. Diabetes, it's crazy. Now, my Miri and Kuching downline will say, drive into a public hospital in Singapore. If you have parking problems, it tells you the potential for health. It's a very good barometer, agree? Now, that is one trend, and it's getting worse. Getting worse, number one. Number two, the other trend. The life expectancy of an average Singaporean is, I think, 85 years old or 83 years old and increasing. A lot of people plan financially for up to 83. If you're 50 years old, you plan until 83, I'm sorry. Life expectancy would have increased to 88 to 89 based on past. You forgot the extra 4 years. Now, older, more health problems or less? Is Energic smack in the middle to solve a growing hole? It's there for the taking. The hole is growing. The trends are helping us. Number two trend. Based on 83, going on 85, 87, 89, when one is aging, money how? Now listen to this. Which so-called rich country has so many old people working apart from Singapore? Hello, if that is not a trend, if it's not a potential for our business, I don't know what is, you know. My friends from Dubai, when they come to Singapore, they are shocked. Hey, what's wrong with your country? So many old people working. We live in Singapore, we get used to it. It shouldn't be. Singapore is a rich country with a lot of poor people. You go to San Francisco, Silicon Valley, how many people sleep on the streets? Now, that trend is increasing. So, this is what I tell my 50-year-old friends. I say, have you seen that ape, that elderly gentleman in Changi Airport toilet mopping the toilet floor at 75 years old? Yes. Do you think at 40 he expected to have his present day mopping toilet in Changi Airport? And he will say no. So I say, if we don't plan ahead, maybe you or me mopping toilet in Changi Airport at 75 years old. Now, our job is to open people's eyes so that we can give them the solution. Not all eyes wants to be open, but those that get open, we only need one builder. Listen, guys, we only need one builder. Okay, now, I have to be very brutal here now. Please forgive me if I'm too brutal. Do you know, you guys, many of you guys have the Sam Sears and the Judy Flemings as your direct downlines and the Bernard Chans as your direct downlines. But the way you operate in your business, the perspective given, they cannot see that it's a beautiful business. The top leaders and the rest, the only difference is perspective of the business. We gave the wrong perspective to our customers, who some of them, have huge potential, but the wrong perspective was given. Get me? Yeah, so we killed the business. Every time we deliver water, we kill the business. We may get a sale, but we kill the business. Who wants to do a business got to deliver so much water, man? How duplicable is that? And I'm only touching on a bit. Yeah. And now, where was I? What other potential in this business? Industries are being disrupted. Industries are disappearing overnight. Who uses typewriter today? Yes, certain restaurants will display a typewriter. But case in point, right? Who uses Sony Betamax, Panasonic VHS? Next, who uses VCD? Nobody. Who uses DVD? Nobody. I've been asking the local management to buy thumb drive to replace what is in the DVD inside the K8. Yeah. Thumb drive today, if you buy en masse and then you brand it as Energic, and it's so nice. And then you can put in other things as well, you know. Why is it still? But that is where the company acts a bit slower. But the strength of the company, you look at the numbers. Yeah, hear this. It is my prediction. Okay, I hope it doesn't happen. In Japan, the biggest market cap company in Japan is called Toyota. Toyota is going to shrink so much because the CEO, who's the grandson of the founder of Toyota, is not pivoting towards where the world is heading, electric cars. Remember S-curve? I was just listening to the quarterly earnings call with the largest electric car company in the world called Tesla. And even within Tesla, the CFO is saying the rate people want electric cars is shocking the company themselves. Yeah, adoption. I drive a Tesla and totally fun. I understand now. So here it is. My prediction is in 10 years, Toyota will be a shadow of just as, yeah, because the CEO is not open. The CEO of the second biggest company, VW, just invited Elon Musk to come to speak to his 200 top executives. He doesn't know what to do. He knows the trend. Yeah. So being open, but anyway, I'm just trying to paint some trends. Okay, what other trends emerging? Gosh, freedom. Today, there is a generation that is 25 years old and younger. They are not interested in money. They are interested in freedom and purpose. Can Energic settle freedom and purpose? You know, Energic was ahead of its time when its manufacturing is certified ISO 14001, green manufacturing. The younger generation love sustainability. Agree? Yeah, more than the older generation. Gosh, you know, so there's so many trends in Energic. So, number one, the fiscal product works crazily. The compensation plan is amazing. But we need to have clarity of what we are really marketing. Don Prosser put it very correctly. We are jailbreakers. We want to break people out of different types of jail. I love his description. Some don't even know they're in jail, so we have to create the issue and problem with them. Okay, that's another talk altogether. I generally covered my points. I think there are very, very strong points. Now tell me, no, I have one more point later. Tell me what other trends that we can be smack in the middle of, you know, that we can solve. The whole is growing bigger and bigger. That's our potential market. So many. Generally, you just name sickness, okay. But what else? Within sickness, does kangen water work with diabetes, which is a growing epidemic? You know the answer. High blood pressure, cholesterol. The list is endless, yeah? I mean, when I told a former distributor, okay, some of you would know her name. If she has stayed in the company, she would be considered, wow, her name is Mita Del Ferro. I'm sure Kuniko-san knows who I'm talking about, Mita Del Ferro. When I told her when she was still in the business, I said, oh, I just heard in Mauritius, one person 5.5 years on dialysis. After 8.5 months on Kangen water, came out of don't need dialysis anymore. And then she said, oh, so far I've heard of 6 cases like that already. Okay, I'm not making medical claims. I'm just saying the water helps the body to repair. Okay, that is the most simple and quote unquote legal way of putting it. Yeah. So wow, you know, within sickness, we can name. Okay, now one more. There are 2 companies that are very, 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 very big in the world. One of them is called Red Bull, another one is called Monster. And one more is called 4 Hour Energy or something like that. Small little bottle. They are very big. Energy business. This is called TAM, Total Addressable Market. Okay, is energy total addressable market big? You bet. Okay, my customer represents Red Bull in a big region in China. Okay, and he told also Judy's team. Okay, he told the person selling, his friend, wow, your product better than my product for energy. He's not talking about the side effect of the chemicals, the sugar. He's talking about efficacy. Kangen water is more efficacious. So is there a market for that? The total address, so many. It's crazy. And what are we doing? We watch TV at home. Netflix. We make excuses for ourselves because we bought into the lies that is difficult to do. I have to be very frank, it's not easy. But what's more difficult is facing yourself and facing your future self and say, I didn't try my best. Imagine this with me, ladies and gentlemen. 10 years from now, you look back and say, sorry, I'm going to use a strong word. Shit, man, I should have. On the 23rd of October, Bernard said this, I shit, man, I should have, but I didn't. Or, wow, you know, the good book says, seek and you shall find. The true meaning of that is badly written. The true meaning is seek and seek and seek and seek and continue to seek, and then you will find. Who's done additional maths before? Okay, at maths, sometimes the problem is so difficult. But when you try and try and try and try and boom, suddenly there is a revelation and then the answer comes. In energy, it's the same thing. You dig hard enough, you will think of certain categories of people you never thought of. Question, are you trying or are you afraid of failing? Go YouTube to search on how many times Michael Jordan says he fails. Do you know the life coach of Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant? The 2 most famous together. LeBron James is the other. But anyway, Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan was kicked off his school basketball team. The life coach, his name is Tim Grover. Tim Grover says Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant were not naturally talented in basketball. Their footwork naturally was out. But they were tenacious to seek and seek and seek and seek. I am telling you now, all of you, when I discovered me, I discovered you, have that potential to be tenacious. There is a champion within. When you dig until you got no more, you dig some more, you can come up with some more value, something, some more strength one. We are essentially the same in potential. We are different in digging, that's all. The good book says seek and seek and seek. Cannot find, seek some more because it is there. It's based on, don't be so foolish until if it's not working, continue to do the same way. Learn, evolve. Understand what I'm saying? So, I generally, okay, now I like to mention one last point. Because of the COVID phenomenon, meetings have been ushered into our prospects' rooms, living rooms, our rooms. And this is the golden era for Energic. To hit my estimation, $200,000 per year, maybe $300,000 a year. To hit 1 million a year, you cannot just use one skill. But to hit 300,000, essentially because of this phenomenon, you only need one skill. Inviting skills. I have a downline. 9 years ago, he was stricken with stroke. Very bad stroke. Until today, he's not fully recovered. Thank God Energic helped him, but he's still very weak, okay? Today, what he primarily does through his assistant is to do, do a bit of the groundwork in meetings. You know, if there's a need to find a source of water, fix a machine in the event toilet, the toilet in a hotel, he will do all, he will do that with his assistant. But by and large, he doesn't conduct his own meeting. But he's prolific in inviting people for events. Prolific. He leverages, and today he is a -5, higher ranking than his upline. I believe you guys know who I'm talking about. His name is Bryce Chow. Bryce Chow is the downline of Chin Xiaofang. Bryce Chow is a -5, Chin Xiaofang is a -4. Hello? His main skill is inviting. So, to make a few $100,000 US dollars, inviting, it is narrowed down to one skill only. Okay, my guru in network marketing is Eric Worre. He says the most important skill is inviting skill. Now, he deals with so many MLM companies. He says that's the most important. Now, to hit 1 million a year, you cannot just depend on that skill. Okay, but let's stop it at there. You know, once you hit steady income of 300,000 per year and all that, and you want to know more, because I've gone beyond 300,000 US per year, even from my first year, yeah. How much was it the first year? The first, from mid-February to end of the year, was in US dollars, maybe $450,000. My first 10.5 months. All out massive action. Yeah. Okay. But anyway, when you hit steady 300,000 a year based on that one skill, I'm not saying you please confine only to that one skill, but I'm asking you to be prolific and to make use of that skill and to hone that skill. Let the event do the work for you. Like this. So many of you guys are typing, oh, so much value and all that. Imagine your key downline is in here. Imagine I do the talking. All you did was work a bit harder to invite one more only. Who's regretting not inviting hard enough? Yeah? Case in point. So, okay, can I suggest something? Instead of hoping to invite, try to invite, set a die must invite 2 per event kind of thing. You know, that's very different when you set a die must invite, must get. You understand what I'm saying? Or instead of, by the way, I hope to, I try, by the way, instead of, yeah, my friend who is one of the top life coaches in Philippines, Ras Juson, when he started in the insurance industry, he made commitment to do a certain level of activity every day. Sometimes he hasn't finished at 12 midnight. He's walking the streets until 1 a.m. until he completes that. It's called commitment to yourself. Do you have that? Okay, I tell you my challenge today. Because my income is decent and my commission is decent and my commission is very passive. You know how difficult to invoke what I just told you? Die must have how many here? When you're comfortable, it's that much more difficult, you know. Yeah, so I have to tell myself the same story. What I'm telling you, I'm telling myself. Okay, Now, like to tell you something personal. 2016, I decided to slow down a bit, to enjoy the fruits of my labor. Yeah, let me describe when you earn the right to enjoy the fruits of your labor. You all out massive action is like the plane taking off. Please, after taking off, don't slow down. That's why Mr. Oshiro gives the 6A group unit bonus. When you hit 6A, don't slow down. That is for you, inducing you to work even harder. Okay, the complaint, every aspect has a reason one, but that's another story. If you guys want me to do the heartbeat of the complaint, please tell your leader, Judy, and we can work something out. And then it starts taking off. Never slow down when it's taking off. When it's still going to cruising altitude. You deserve to say, okay, at cruising altitude, you may slow down. Okay, 2016, 5 years after, I think 2 years after I started the business, the team was doing 400 plus units. So 5 years, probably 1,000 units, okay, 1,000, 1,200 units per month, which is quite decent, right? Ladies and gentlemen, nowhere near my hero in Energic. My hero in Energic is Romy Verdera. Romy Verdera, after 4 years, was doing 4,000 units a month. I recently just crossed 4,000 units a month. You know, I mean, I look to him so much because, okay, how do I rate a successful distributor? The total number of units being paid on divided by the total of direct sales. The greater the number of units you've been paid on over small number of direct sales, that means you really know how to find builders. Okay, and so after 5 years, whatever, at 2016, I started backing off a bit. And the first 3 months, I really enjoyed myself. Okay, I slowed down for 2 years, a bit. But listen, the next 1 year, 9 months, I lied to myself that I was enjoying myself. Can I ask you guys a very, very simple question? How did you feel, or how do you feel when a downline comes back with amazing healing testimonial? Amazing, right? That is better than resting, right? Because rest too long, that feeling not so nice, not so enjoyable. Those of you who like caviar, every day eat a lot of caviar, you see whether you still like caviar or not. So it was a very important lesson for me. I lied to myself. So let my mistake be of benefit to you. Number 2, how do you feel for the more senior distributors when some of your downlines break through financially? So, yes. So my hero, he's worth 400 million. I think he's climbed to $500 million today. He said this: winning is more fun than fun is fun. Breakthroughs and success is more enjoyable than entertainment is fun. Get what I'm saying? Winning is more fun than fun is fun. Then I realized the innate normalcy state of being of a human being, us, is progress and touching lives. Does Energic offer that? It does. It does. Like crazy. Like crazy. So why am I still working hard in Energic? First of all, I'm not allergic to the extra money I'm earning when I do the business. Okay. Yesterday, I just closed a builder. Took me 1.5 years to follow up on him. If he becomes successful, would I trade finding one successful builder that after 5 years become a 6A2-3 with 400 units a month, or 20 customers? I think you know the answer. Yeah. So I work very long to find builders. Some of them don't succeed, but the few that do, Today, I've been paid on more than 200,000 units. Yeah. Now, one last point. I'm imploring for all of you to believe in yourself. How? Make sure you hang around with the correct crowd. Oh, before then, now, what is one common mistake in the energetic business that you have to preempt your prospect and downline? Listen, okay? Oh, I want to research. Guess what they do? They go to this cesspool of right and wrong information. Right, accurate and non-accurate information called Google. So my question is, what makes them an expert to know which is the right and wrong? So preempt, number one. Number two, this is the biggest mistake. I like to pull out and say, okay, Winston, let's say you have a desire to climb Mount Everest. And, and you try to engage the best known sports person ever in the history of humanity, Michael Phelps, with 23 Olympic goals. People will say you are crazy to get Michael Phelps to help you climb Mount Everest. Agree? See, preempt ourselves and our potential builders. They will naturally listen to successful people, can do, cannot do, when that successful in that field has no knowledge of this field. And they say cannot, because that successful person say cannot do, you are right. For you. But you listen to the wrong person. Because the numbers tell you it's working. Numbers are increasing. Bottom line, I mean, if energetic numbers are shrinking every 2 years, is less and less and less. Okay, granted, there is a trend. We want to be wise to those trends. Yeah? The trends tell you it's working. Don't listen to the wrong person. Not only that, tell our new builders, don't listen to the wrong person. It's called duplication, preempting. Is this good value? I will say, Winston, you damn stupid to try so hard to get in contact with a 23 gold medalist. And by the way, the second most number of gold medalists is 9. 23 and 9 is a lot. But so what? He doesn't know how to climb mountain. I will tell you to go and listen to Ku Sui Jiao. Ku Sui what? Ku Sui Jiao. Sorry, I mean, he's my relative, so I call him Jiao Sai. Yeah, all of us call him Jiao Sai. But anyway, or you can listen to Alex Arnold. Google who's Alex Arnold. He climbed El Capitan in USA without any ropes. El Capitan is a vertical without any ropes, safety, nothing. Yeah. Yeah, but my point is, listen to the relevant people. So our downlines die because they listen to the wrong people. And guess what? They are right for themselves. Okay? So now, back to my last point that I was about to. So today, I'm asking you to dream big. Mix with the right people to realize your potential. Not mix with the wrong people to realize your smallness. Because if you realize your smallness, you are right for you. But the irony is, you have a $10 million check that has not been cashed. That's you. That's you. Innately, you have a $10 million check, haven't cashed only. You don't even know you have it. I am telling you, you have it. Okay, listen. If I take 100 Singapore dollars, one bill, today is it still available? Never mind. $100 bill. It's crushed up. That's many of us, you know. But guess what? You unroll it, the potential is still there. Life has crushed us. Associate with the people that lift you up. You know who lifts me up? The $400 million man. I know him, but he doesn't know me. But who cares? You know? Yeah. I mean, to come out with wisdom like, winning is more fun than fun is fun. Gosh. Okay, let me tell you another person that I associate with. His name is Les Brown. One lesson he taught me. Okay, guys, I'm a Liverpool fan. But let me tell you, I don't watch Liverpool games. Why? Because Les Brown, before he became famous, he was living in a dingy 2-bedroom place with his children. He called his friend, who just inherited possibly half of the $300 million the late father left behind. Why possibly? 300 million with him and his sibling, I assume half. Okay, 150 million. He called his friend that just inherited $150 million. So and so, do you want to go and watch the ball game? You know what the friend said? No, because I'm busy making my first million, my own first million. From then on, he never went for another ball game. When I heard that, I don't watch Liverpool games anymore. I will make exception if Liverpool get into finals. Okay, but you understand what I'm saying? Are you sacrificing enough? Because the dream is before you, ladies and gentlemen. Worthy of the champion that is within you. 10 years later, you look at your future self. I hope your first word is not alamak. Can I ask you guys to go and listen to the speech by Matthew McConaughey when he received award? Listen to that speech. Damn good at that speech. It's crazy. It's giving an account when you meet your future self. So today, be willing to give up rubbish thoughts by changing your association. So YouTube is a double-edged sword. YouTube can give you good stuff, but it can give you rubbish. Just because it is not bad, I mean, you go and watch movie, I do sometimes. Just because you watch it, neutral things doesn't mean it is not adding negative value, because it is taking energy away from you. Okay, one last secret to success. The energy to pick up the phone or to call another prospect or a downline to attend a meeting, or the energy to WhatsApp. Please don't mess WhatsApp unless it's general communication. Inviting, please mark yourself different. If you mess WhatsApp, inviting for event, then you become a commoner like everybody else. Give the personal touch. That's what, okay, but anyway, that's another theory altogether. The energy to be able to make another personalized WhatsApp or call comes from that emotional pull that you are keeping to yourself. If you drain your emotional energy by bitching and complaining about the COVID situation, blah, 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 etc., or you get angry with this person, you're draining that pool of energy that determines whether you have the energy enough to make the next call. So that pool of emotional energy, guard it, grow it. Is this good? So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for staying on, and I want to believe in the potential of Energic and yourself. It needs both. Yeah, because the numbers tell you it's happening. Yeah, so yeah, so I hand over to Judy or any of the committee, whoever, and I just like to wish you all the best, and God bless you all from the bottom of my heart. Just love you guys so much. Yep.
God bless you, Bernard. Can we give Bernard a heart shape now? You know, a thumbs up, a dance around when you're too excited. I know Kuniko can't sleep already tonight, even though it's late. Hey, thank you so much. I am excited. You know, I'm trying to listen, I'm trying to write, I'm trying to do everything, you know. So although some of the things I've heard before, I'm still excited. You know, the key is keep listening and keep listening. Even today, when I listen, I'm like so excited, you know. Isn't this good? Is this good or good? You know, I like to say that. And somebody say, what does it mean? Is this good or good? That means it's only good lah. There's no any other way lah. Okay. So, wow. You know, the nuggets, right? Don't mix with the wrong people. The trend, just get it. Just, if anything, what is the trend going on? Without knowing, Bernard has already painted it, that if anybody don't know that we are on a trend of disruption, hello, I think you need to get out from under the stone. And if anybody think that, okay, after this, the world is going to go back to, 1930s when we are riding horses, then we need to wake up again. Okay. So I really wake me up, spot the car and spot the horse, and S-curve. Okay. Some people always think, including myself before, it won't happen so fast one. It won't. I'm going to speak Singlish, even though we have international friends. It won't happen so fast one. I don't see. Those are the people that are like the frog that is sitting in the water and then being boiled to death without knowing it.
Can I add on one more point?
Yeah.
Okay, I asked people in Singapore who are financial planners, okay? Good, accomplished financial planners. Ex-financial planner that was, you guys have bought his book, James Chia. I asked James recently. I said, James, how many % of Singaporeans cannot financially retire? He says at least 85. I said 85%, he said more.
Huh?
85
Did you say 85%?
Cannot come to financial retirement in Singapore. Now, the shit hasn't hit the fans yet. People don't know yet. But more and more people are realizing that. And they gravitate towards the immediate income of Grab and so on. Yeah, Grab and Lyft and Uber. But they will realize the Grab and the Ubers, they will realize after a while that it's not sustainable. Okay, not all, but those that realize, some of them will become our downlines. My question is, are you getting them with a fishing rod, or do you have a net? Okay, understand what I'm saying? So the trends, again, S-curve adoption. Singapore will have so many old people working because no choice. Because Singapore has no outskirts to retire to. Manhattan City, you can retire outskirts. Sydney, you have outskirts. Every capital city except Singapore has no outskirts. Expensive living. Yeah. Now, I know it's a bit late, but Judy, can I mention the importance?
Yes, please. The floor
right?
is yours. Yeah. So
Okay.
good.
Look, the good book in 2 Kings chapter 6. I think it's 2 Kings chapter 6. The people were cutting wood with an axe. And everyone familiar there? I mean, some of you familiar there?
Yeah.
And then one of the axe head fell into the river. And in Singapore term, it says, "Jalat, borrowed one." No, he said, "Alas, it is borrowed." Okay, listen. The cutting edge, alas, it is borrowed. The cutting edge spells of our natural talents or the anointing upon our lives. And therefore, it was never ours to boast. Alas, it is borrowed. It was loaned to us for purposes. Now, the point is, we do lose our cutting edge every now and then in our lives. Agree? Now, with this cutting edge, what happened? Some of them called the man of the hour called Elisha. Okay, the good book doesn't say, the Bible doesn't say he took his the axe head, but the Bible does say he cut a piece of wood. He took the wood, he threw it into the water, the axe head floated. Okay, that's a miracle, but that's not my point there. And then the guy took the axe head that floated and put it back. We do lose our cutting edge every now and then. But how fast we get back our cutting edge is who we associate with. It needs to have a cutting edge. My 5 keys to success has always, one of them is association. I have many lessons from the Bible about association. Many, but this is one of them. Okay. The man lost his cutting edge. He needed someone with the cutting edge to get back his own. Association is so important, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, I think in Proverbs chapter 8:23 or something like that, he that mixes with the wise will become wise. He that mixes with the successful in Enegic on a sustained basis will become successful on a sustained basis in Enegic. He that mixes with those in Energic that says cannot be done will also say cannot be done. Get what I'm saying? It's very simple. So I just, yeah, that's it. I hope you got that extra tip from there. It's life's lesson.
That is so good. Yeah. I mean, I congratulate all of us that are here have already a little bit of more cutting edge, right? Agree? And I like that, you know, this is so big. There is a trend, a disruptive trend. You are either the disruptor or you're either the one being disrupted. We are here what? There's a big hole, like Bernard say, right? Just look at the job that and things that are being lost, job that are going to be obsolete, and look at the healthcare system and look at the retirement system. How many holes? And the holes are getting bigger and bigger. And guess what? Don't be worried and frightened when you read the news and believe that to be true. We have a solution. We're here to mend the hole. We're giving this gift. Oh my goodness. We're given this really, really sharp axe. Take it out, axe, you know, and we're there to show the world. We're there to be a solution provider. So cast your net. Don't go out alone. Imagine if we have 10 people, 100 people, even 2 people here today. My goodness. And the 2, if each one were to find 2 more, can you see how powerful we are going to be to the world? I call my business, people ask me what am I in? I call my business, yeah, you all pay very big. I say, yeah, our business is paid very fair and very high. I'm in a very profitable business. My business is all about profit with purpose. Profit with purpose. We are in a business and we have a big purpose. We have a big goal. We are there, you know, wear your Superman underwear on the outside and go out and save the world. Really, really, this is what I say. Whether is it health, financially, pocket. I was in a very bad state when Bernard called me. He didn't know that. Yeah, you know, but I tell you, I thank him. I thank you, Bernard, for actually kicking me sometime, you know, bugging me sometime. But you are always there for me. So I thank you for that. We hardly see, but when I call him, I know he'll be there. So we have that understanding. Thank you. And really, really thank you for that. But who wants to join in if we organize another time, possibly next Saturday, the business plan? Who is in next Saturday? Bernard, Ken, same time?
Taken.
Okay. I will fix a date and everybody tune in, and those who want to come, the nuggets. So today is Saturday and it's going to be the last quarter of the year. Who is going to do all out massive action so that Christmas, although people say, oh no, Christmas cannot go anywhere, is going to be good. And this last quarter is going to make your first quarter really, really enjoyable. Let's not waste time, right? Let's go all out. And there is some more tickets left for Eric Worre. I really highly encourage, because Eric Worre is about inviting. What did he say? Learn the one skill, inviting, right? Inviting many things, not just prospect, inviting, you know, your leaders to come for training, inviting your team to attend Zoom. Some people might say, you know, the presentation is always the same. I hear before. Have you all heard that? I heard before. Bernard's talk, I heard before. Have you all? Is there anything new actually?
Wait,
pertaining to that. I haven't heard before. It's new today.
Judy, pertaining to that, 2 words that are very dangerous in this business and generally in life. I know. That is, then go and look in the mirror. Are you successful? You know, I'm not belittling non-success, but I am belittling not being hungry, not wanting to improve. Okay, so
I like the other that when we meet a prospect, what are we projecting to them? Remember, are you showing them and teaching them how to sell French fries, or you teaching them franchise, the franchise business? Yeah. This is what we're talking about. So powerful, that one. Anybody got that or not?
That one is so funny, right? Sounds so similar, but the point gets across. But sorry, I have one thing I totally forgot to share.
Please take over. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your patience, everyone. Where was I? Photos. Okay. Okay, remember earlier I said things have changed. Are you all looking at this photo?
This one is like when? This one is when?
This one is 2013. No, 1903.
Wow.
13 years
Wow.
after the first picture. Okay, but so I told you certain trends have happened, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to show you something funny. Okay, look, I'm a Tesla owner. I brought in for servicing because there were certain software bugs. The building is not even ready, and the toilet I have to go there to pee and all that. But people like me gladly, and we're not complaining because we are so much into the uptick of the trends and the benefit of electric cars. And we bear with this toilet, happily, Yeah. Okay. So my point is that's just to show you trends. I'm more than happy to bear with this toilet. Number two, because meetings are now ushered into our living rooms. This is hold on. How come the thing cannot move on? Hold on. I have to redo. Let me unshare and reshare again. Let's see whether I can't seem to do that. Okay. Can you all see this? This is how I dress.
I cannot see lah.
This is how I dress in a big meeting. The big meeting had how many people? 400 people attending, and but my point is, this points to you the new trend. I should have worn a jacket and just wear a shorts.
Okay, come
Am
on,
I not
hold it
showing
up now. Whoever has their pajamas on, shorts on, stand up now. We shall all take a photo.
I mean, it's quite funny, but I mean, doesn't this point to something is happening, ladies and gentlemen? Yeah, are we capitalizing on the something is happening? Yeah, quite a bit of fun, a bit of fun.
Okay, what you wear now, Bernard?
I'm wearing. It depends. Certain meetings is more friendly, more family. You see me dressed down. I want you guys to hear my heart. Guys, in this business, Eric Worre says you will have a temporary loss of social esteem from ignorant people. People misunderstood me, and many of the people that misunderstood me, not all, guess what they're doing now? I regret not joining you, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. So, I approached a person that sold water systems and all that, and he says, got potential, man. He said, when it comes to Singapore, when the office opens in Singapore, let me know. So when finally I will join when Singapore opened, I said, so and so, it's already open. How many units done already? 1,002. Yeah, too late already. Then, they will always make excuses because of fear of failure and not believing in themselves. Yeah, etc. Whatever the reason. So the potential is so huge, ladies and gentlemen. And can I tell you guys how many countries I opened? 4. My direct line. Not open, as in I recruited into 4 countries. Australia, that didn't move. Canada, didn't move. Malaysia moved. Singapore moved. That's all. I was overriding on 1,000 units in India some years back. 1,000 units every month, and I've never been to India. Doesn't this speak of the potential? But poor, you mean so many rich people? No. Gary says he's not afraid of people no money. He's afraid of people not hungry. Yeah. So be blessed. I cannot wait for you to fulfill your potential, So mix with the right people, and so on. Yeah.
Guys, you all have a 10,000 check with you, not cash. Really, I this time around, we heard Bernard say this.
10 million.
10 million. I mean,
our innate potential is way more than 10 million. I mean, I've already earned more than that, but the point is, all of us supposed to be doing that one. I pray
Amen.
to God. I pray to God you become higher ranking than me. I got no problem with that. Yeah,
this is the one business that can do that.
I told my good friend Bob Gridelli, you pray to God that you have downlines higher ranking than you. You earn more, and it has just happened to him.
Wow.
Yeah. Deng is his downline, ma.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Wow, is this good or good? Is this good or good? Really, look now. It's going to sometimes. Bernard is saying that you know, you see that uncle cleaning toilet or clearing picture a table at 75 years old, or sleeping in you know, the street, nowhere to go, right, and sleeping there. Really, the guy didn't think about that when he was 40. And look at that now. Even pilots did not think that they have to drive Grab and open roadside store, right? Nobody think of that. And how long is that going to be? So really, really think about what can, when people are in phase, they can be very frightened and they can't really listen to you. And sometimes just be patient with them, like Bernard say, can we, he's following up on a leader for 4 years.
1.5. This particular one that I signed
half.
up is 1.5.
What if you follow for 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, and then suddenly a Bernard Chan in your team? Is it worth it or not?
Hey, but guys, I have to warn you guys. I have prospected people who have been prospected by maybe some of you guys that for 2 years, no follow-up. And last time, as the big upline, to give security to my downline, because I don't even want to know who prospected, okay? And I will back off, no? I won't prospect to give security to my downlines in Singapore. But guess what happened? I already officially declared, for the sake of the prospect's life being changed, I will prospect now. For the sake of the person, I welcome any of you to prospect my prospects. Truthfully, I got no problem with that. I have a downline through Judy's team. One lady saw me inside the office with my prospect. Oh, I quietly followed him and I said, hey, join me instead of Bernard. I'm still under him. No difference to him. Now, is that true? It's not. You know, so why? For the sake of that prospect, today I changed my stance. So I will compete. But please, because it's touching lives in the end. I'm driven by touching lives. Yeah. So this particular person I followed 1.5 years, ladies and gentlemen. But this guy is, number one, he is good with internet marketing. Number two, he's so good, he has students all over the world. Number two, he's an MLM leader. He's earning some money and yeah. So it's worth 1.5 years.
It's worth it, yes.
Yeah. Judy, you want Q&A or no time or whatever?
I have some question, but I know this is some concern of someone. Many text me, so I'm going to ask this question. There are some other, let's say, other small businesses, MLM, other water system that claim this and that. And how would you answer that? I know we know how to answer, but for the benefit of the people here who are asking. You know what I mean, right? Yeah.
Okay, that's because they're selling product mainly. Yeah. As for if selling business, I said you want to be involved with something. If it's a water ionizer, I said water going through metal that is not certified, you want to drink. I said you want to drink water ongoing through a metal that is not medical licensed as a medical device in the country. I said number one. Number two, is there sustained effectiveness? I said how to build a business out of something that is not proven. I said this is proven, 47 years, blah 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 and all that. So I said come and walk this journey with me to explore for yourself. I'm not convincing you. I like to tell people that. I said you said you are the one open to extra income, because my approach is always extra income. Come and explore. Then then I said, okay, then maybe this is not for you. Can I follow up with you in half a year's time? Yeah, I will always say that. Always, always, always. My follower is very tenacious. Yeah, because I don't want to come from a standpoint of persuading. I don't like to persuade, because if persuaded in, they will try to persuade people. We are only looking for people who are looking for us.
I like that. I like what you say just now, Bernard. When I discover me, I discover you. I hope some people get that.
Yeah, and guess what? I'm still discovering me on a higher plane and higher plane. You know, it's called the awakening and the level of awareness of
awakening. Yeah. Anybody have any question, you can type at the side, or we can just free flow open up. If you raise your hand, the committee will help look for who has a question. Anybody have a question? Otherwise, we can we take some photos. Can we have our camera on and we take photo? We have our camera on, put on your big smile.
Judy, I think there's one question by Elaine.
Oh, okay. Go ahead. Elaine, where is Elaine?
Elaine is asking that Bernard was mentioning that the number is going up. So she would like to know what is the global sales now.
I mentioned earlier with detail. Currently, it's last month was 17,000 plus.
Okay, thanks, Bernard.
Yeah,
I
it's
think
very
there's only
clear
one
trend.
question.
Yeah.
Okay, no worries, Charlene, understand. So those who want to be on the camera, I'll take one. And don't type now yet first. After that, we can still ask question if you have question, don't worry. I'm gonna take, this is on Facebook. Let me see. Thinking, okay. See, a lot of, okay, maybe I do print screen better.
Yeah, screenshot better.
Okay, 1, 2, smile. Okay, wait, I have to save first, yeah? I could find somewhere to save first. Wait, let me go back. Page 2. So I have Winston, Panjit, okay, and Hamdan, okay, smile. The rest are not turning on. Smile. Wait, somebody coming. Okay, let me just check. Not a lot. The rest are not really putting on their screen. Very shy, this group. I think that's it. That's it. 2 shots. Yeah. So, okay, some people are coming in still. So, guys, if there's no more question, I thank all of you for joining. I trust that you've taken a lot of notes. What you have today, don't keep it inside. Really go out and share it. And I like what Bernard said. If you are still forwarding your information to people, WhatsApp and mass forward, and take it as, oh, people will get it, then you are just giving out flyers. We need to pass messages. We're not flyers given by the MRT. We really need to connect with some of them, connect with your leaders, and it's all about duplication. Tell your leaders, call them and have a chat with them and tell them why. Invite them why. You must know why. Like if you didn't attend, you can't tell, right? And invite with the excitement. Don't say, come law, try law. If you're free, try law. I also don't know what Bernard gonna say, but never mind, just come just if you're free, But you must have a purpose, have a reason to tell them, So invite them, teach them, duplicate downwards. So if you have 5 leaders or 2 leaders, and each one can actually call and pick up and invite 2 more, can you imagine our next Zoom training will be more people, right? So go all out and invite and wake up those, like it is true, we don't have always new people to meet, but if you are already a 3A, you have 10 in your team to go and, make sure that you network with them. And if each 10, normally they have 10 friends, 10 people that they know, 10 contact, that's already 30 for you. 10 times 10 is 100. So without further ado, I want to thank Bernard again. Let's all give him a heart shake. Kamsahamnida. Thank you so much. And God bless everybody. Do my committee members, do you all have anything to add on or say? You just unmute yourself and say, yeah. Otherwise, shall we unmute everybody and then let them say their goodbye? Let me see how to do that. Unmute.
Thank you, Bernard.
Yeah.
Oh, you're most
Unmute.
welcome.
Okay, you can all unmute yourself.
Pleasure sharing you, Judy.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You can all unmute yourself.
Thank you
so much.
Thank you, Bernard. Thank you.
Thank you, Bernard.
Thank you, Bernard.
Welcome.
Great
Let's go and
weekend.
start some
Bernard.
live.
Great weekend.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Stay safe. Bye, Bernard. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Bye.
I'll book you for another next one.
Sure.